Gilbert. Did you know his album was Philadelphia?
I didn't even know how many albums did he drop?
4 studio albums.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I couldn't look up the units that were sold.
Good day, Cam Newton. I seen you came at me because I said Jalen Hurts did what you couldn't do. That was win a Super Bowl. So you want to get all in your feelings. Man, shut your tight jean wearing ass up, man. You had on a jersey with a bow tie, you corny ass who never... Get out of here. You will never be able to with Jalen Hurts. You super goofy, corny ass. Get out of here. What you do? You won MVP, won a Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl MVP. And you hating on him. Because he did what you couldn't do. Win a Super Bowl. And he been to 2 of them. So when you hating on him, just know you wasn't better than him. You talk about, can you name one of my albums? You ain't got to be able to name one of my albums. What's wrong with you? You in my space. You ain't bigger than me in this space. You a low-ass boy in this space. You low-ass boy. I could come sign you. You low-ass boy. What you talking about? You, that nigga don't ever hate on Jalen Hurts. I know it hurts your feelings that you wasn't Jalen. You non-Super Bowl having ass. And let's be for real. Let's be for real. You out at clout chasing, man. You interviewed a on your platform who ain't nobody, and he got on there and talked about Deion Sanders, Beyonce, Jay-Z, a bunch of... Come on, man. You a Pro Bowler, man. You made millions of dollars, man. That's the type of content you chasing, man. Get your goofy ass out of here, Cam. Super goofy ass, tight jeans, jersey with a bow tie wearing ass. You thought you called the right one out, you super goofy ass never. Right.
Oh man, so how do we get to that point right there? How do we get to the point where Gillie going crazy on Cam Newton like that, man? But hey, he made some fair points. Sad to say, but he made some fair points. Now, we have some amazing athletes that came through the league, but not all of them was able to get it done as far as winning the championship. That doesn't mean their career ain't great. But when those people are critical of other folks, like say for instance Cam Newton versus Jalen Hurts, people will point out the blemishes on your legacy, and that is not being able to get a Super Bowl. But what's going on here is Gillie is a diehard Philadelphia Eagles fan, love Jalen Hurts, love every single body on that damn team. And despite there once being a cool little, collaboration relationship between these two, Cam Newton and $1 million worth of game with Gillie and Wallow, Gillie still couldn't respect this commentary from Cam Newton in regards to Jalen Hurts. So peep this real quick to see what set Gillie off.
And I know everybody's going to get mad at this. Cam hating on Jalen Hurts. It's hard for me to grade Jalen Hurts with the talent that he has around him. Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback. But if we're talking about what they bring to the table holistically, it's hard to judge what Jalen Hurts can do when you're throwing to a guy like A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. When you have tight end skill set, you have a dominant defense, the best running back in the game. Download Madden and see how many stars is on the offensive side of Philly. Like you got King Henry, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, those guys, that's cool. But when you're comparing, Lamar Jackson still shows you why he's an elite player. Josh Allen has to play elite in order for them to play. Lamar Jackson has to play at a high level for the Baltimore Ravens, even though that they have a dominant defense. Patrick Mahomes, he got a lot of talent. But boy, oh boy, you can't put no John Doe in Patrick Mahomes and think that they still gonna win the way they win it. I understand that. Jalen Hurts does not have to play elite for the Philadelphia Eagles to win. He has to play good, but he doesn't have to play elite. We're not asking you to win the game. We're just asking you not to lose it. When you ask that question, are we winning because of you, solely because of you, or is it the resources around you? So game changer, game manager, those are the things that you have to ask yourself. And those are the metrics that I'm going off of. It's like, bro, even when the tush push, you got 5 people pushing you, bro. You got a solid group around you, dog. And the man who Jalen Hurts is, bro, I respect him. I take my hat off to him. But just because he's a great guy, that don't mean I can't critique his game.
So Gillie was critical of that. And then Cam had this response right here. Peep this real quick.
Gilbert. Did you know his album was Philadelphia?
I didn't even know how many albums did he drop?
4 studio albums.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I couldn't look up the units that were sold.
Okay, see, I heard him mention Ryan because Cam also has some smoke for Ryan Clark. This is what Cam had to say about Ryan Clark, and I've also played what Ryan Clark said.
That we want to attack the messenger, Ryan Clark. Okay, let's pull up your stats. Second team All SEC, we cannot relate. Undrafted in 2002, we cannot relate. Then you have 1 Pro Bowl in 2011, we cannot relate. So if you want to unlock Petty Cam, and everything that Cam Newton has ever said on this 4th and 1 show has always been backed by merit and logic, but some way, shape, form, people keep attacking Cam the person, or why he didn't jump on the fumble, why he didn't do this, or comparing and contrasting. So when I compare and contrast you guys' statistics and Dan Orlovsky, never mind. But as we keep going and we keep unlocking and keep poking the bear, and y'all want to play this game, I can.
Do you feel though that response is disrespectful to Jalen Hurts?
We have to stop allowing people to have excuses to disrespect Jalen Hurts. Cam recently said I was playing things safe, so let me cook for a second here, right? So there's different ways to look at it. Historically and presently, Jalen Hurts is the top 10 quarterback, and you're going to look at it different ways. You're going to look at talents above X's and O's, the ability to help your team win, and then to me, it's proximity to the GOAT. Let's take Cam Newton, right? What made Cam Newton great? He could be powerful in short yardage and goal line. He could extend plays with his legs. He was this big physical presence. So is Jalen Hurts, right? Cam Newton went to the playoffs 4 times. Jalen Hurts been to the playoffs 4 times already. Cam Newton went to 3 Pro Bowls. Jalen Hurts already been to 2. Cam Newton was an MVP, and he got to the Super Bowl, and he forgot to bring his cape. When Jalen Hurts is going to the Super Bowl, he's brought his cape, and he's also brought the Avengers with him, who are not even in DC. They in Marvel, right? And so now let's think about this. Okay, let's go to winning. Eli Manning is going to be a Hall of Famer. Why is Eli Manning going to be a Hall of Famer? Because he had 2 epic runs to the Super Bowl. And in those Super Bowls, he played great, and he beat the GOAT, not only of that time, but the GOAT of the era, right? But he's only been to 4 Pro Bowls. He never got an MVP vote. He was never an All-Pro. Jalen Hurts has done all of those things. Right now let's look at Jalen Hurts in this time. In the Super Bowl, how do we measure every quarterback in the AFC? What is your proximity to Patrick Mahomes? You know the 3 quarterbacks that's beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs? I know who they are. They're Joe Burrow, they're Tom Brady, and they're Jalen Hurts. And not only did Jalen Hurts beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl, he outplayed him in the Super Bowl. And so now here is what I think. If you don't want to count Jalen Hurts in your top 10, I have one question. Who's in the top 10? And how do you get there? And the last thing is this, right? Cam Newton is using excuses to not put Jalen Hurts in the top 10. Excuses are tools of incompetence that build monuments of nothingness, and those who major in their usage are non-achievers. The ring that Jalen Hurts is walking around with says top 10 to me. Tell Cam to show you his.
Listen, man, all I'll say is an unfair argument all around the board. Like, for one, we know Cam Newton is next to no one. He's a football monster. So very few people could do what he was able to do on the actual field. But then you compare him to someone like Jalen Hurts. And no, Jalen Hurts is not the athlete that Cam Newton was. No, he wasn't. But with his gifts and the cards that he's being dealt, he's maximizing his potential. In a situation with him, we'll never have to worry about what if. The if has manifested into a Super Bowl win. So it's tough to even criticize him. No, they don't ask for him to throw for 250, 300 plus every single game. They don't ask him for those things. They don't ask him for those things. But if he has to, he'll light that shit up though. And in this past Super Bowl, in comparison to the other one, he took care of the ball. So it's not a situation like where you have, I'm a Bucks fan, we had Brad Johnson. You know, he did his thing sometimes, but it ain't like that. It ain't like when Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. It ain't like when Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts is a dog. He's a dog. A lot of things they do offensively, they couldn't do if it wasn't for him being on that team. So when it comes to dudes like him, you got to give him his respect because he's pivotal to their success, dog. They need him. They need him. And another thing, yeah, he benefits from being at a decent organization, a good organization. Philadelphia Eagles, they know how to stay in the competition. And lately, they've been getting the job done as far as winning championships. Not a lot, but within the past 10 years, they won 2. So, great organization that he went to, man. And a lot of great athletes, because they go so high in the draft, they are never granted that luxury of going to an actual good organization. But at the same time, you can't blame him for being put in that situation, man. Because many folks go to those situations and they still underachieve. The man that's maxed out his potential, and I hope he continues to show out, man. Like, Cam, I feel you. But sometimes it's gonna come across like you are trying to secure your place as far as where you rank as a quarterback, and it seems like you're using your platform to let it be known like, hey, I see what they're doing, but it can never be me. We know that, Cam. We know that. But you ain't gotta shine on the young though, man. Let a young get their shine, especially in a year like this. Let that young man get a shine. If you don't think he top 10, he top 10 this year. He's the last one standing shit. Just out of respect for what he accomplished, give him top 10 for this year. Next year, he don't make it, then drop him off that, bro. Let the young boy get a shine, man. But hey, though, y'all let me know what you got to say in the comment section below. And make sure y'all go follow my sports channel. It's called All Ball. Just go to my main channel page, click down here. Go ahead and subscribe. Once we get to 1K subscribers, we'll be posting daily updates over there. Trying to make sure we definitely good to go for the season upcoming, man. Basketball, football, and college football, all those good things. We're going to be turning up, man. Y'all let me know what you got to say in the comment section below. I'm going to get about here, though. This is another update with Stace. Yo.